We transitioned to in-engine from hand animated. Perfect blending of two visual styles. There's a new animated short from Zenless Zone Zero, and it's for Promeia's character demo. Let's check it out. If you enjoy this breakdown, check out my other ZZZ cinematic breakdowns. All right, let's watch. Let's see how this goes. Nice character intro.
We've tried everything, but they aren't someone we can deal with through legitimate means.
That's fine. Krampus has kept an eye on them for a while.
Cool.
You've got some nerve running an underground auction under the name of Tops.
Do you want Dylan and me to handle it?
No need. Just wait here for word. Promeia will take care of it.
Oh, great character intro, man. Right when we get the name drop, Promeia will take care of it, and we get to finally see her eyes, but we open on her tools, if you will, her tools for the job, and you can see her hands right there. Seems like this is a sort of heist type situation, and she's been kind of like willingly captured or something, which is really interesting. But I love the cool colors in the beginning here. We're using analogous color theory for this, which means similar colors, and what it's doing is it's giving this really kind of subdued, cool feeling, and this kind of darkness to it, like because we're in the shadows now, you know, we're deceiving the enemy. So I really like how this is kind of building that up. And then if you notice, the first spot of color that we get is just boom, Promeia's eyes. And for that reason, though it is still technically analogous, those similar colors, blue and this purple right here, it's just a punch in the face. It is closer to like a pink. Really, really strong use of color here. So amazing start. Let's see what happens. Good character intro.
Almost. If I could just open this.
Okay, so she's amongst the prisoners. And it's a rough cell to be in.
Stay still, all of you.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. This is really dark, man. She's going through it for the job. Wow, really beautiful shot there with the use of light. Just again, that color theory. She's in that darkness. She's in there, like literally caged, not just in the physicality of it, but within the frame. Look at this composition. Like really, really beautiful use of the lens here, and just the angle using the bars to create these leading lines, which lead down to this light. It's like the idea that she could escape, she could get out of there, but her face, you know, is back in the darkness. We just get that little preview of her eyes. Oh man. Brutal. So yeah, really, really intense intro. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is sick. Bunch of weirdos, man.
And now,
can't wait to see her destroy these people.
the moment you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you.
Wow, look at the animation style.
Raise your paddles high.
Yes, animating him as if he's not human, because this is an inhuman thing to do. Really, really strong choice there. And look at this visual style. I love that we're actually bouncing between a couple different visuals. I would say almost 3 visual styles here, but the fact that it's hand animated is really, really awesome. But I love right about around here. And again, look at this, like kind of just weird subversion of color theory, right? In the this kind of like disgusting, like most evil people, we have this warm, cozy lighting. Like what a weird thing. And then of course the prisoner, the good guys here in this sense, and she's I assume willingly being in prison to do this job, is in this like very kind of threatening low light. It's very interesting. But I want to talk about this part.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we start to see this like morphing of his face, like he's not even a human being anymore. And I thought that was so strong.
highlight of tonight's auction.
Yeah, look at this. Really, really awesome. Just grotesque. Like his skin is almost like morphing on the edges and stuff.
This opportunity won't last.
And then he becomes like pixelated right here. Look at this. Like an old video game. Look at this pixelization. Super interesting, as if it's like, again, almost couldn't be human. It has to be some sort of simulation. And then it becomes this like slot machine, kind of gambling addict type thing.
A sleek, graceful figure.
Crazy.
Stunning violet hair. Tonight's crowd.
Again, the music is very like sophisticated and nice to show this just like, you know, horrible place.
No. The rarest find this auction has ever seen! Go ahead and place her most generous
Disturbing naming the fellow women out
You'll
there.
see who she belongs.
Gotta go. Okay,
Target
she's...
is the one wearing the ram mask, the organizer of this auction.
Oh, this is great. This is the job.
Get rid of him.
This feels like Hitman or something. This is awesome.
Found him.
Oh, did you see the expression change? She one-shot him. Perfect accuracy. She's out. And it's still hand animated. Oh, we transitioned to in-engine from hand animated. Perfect blending of two visual styles. And look at the choreography. Oh, we got a lot to break down, guys. This camera work is ridiculous. I'm so happy she just decimated every single person in there. Yeah. And look at that sinister hero shot.
Mission complete.
Ooh.
Good. Did everything go well? Everything was as expected.
There's a darkness to her
What's the next
heroics
mission?
that I really like, and I love this idea that look at this wide angle lens. Oh, look at this stretching. We got to break this down after. But the one thing I wanted to say is I love this idea that, you know, she's taking care of these evil people. She's eradicating them. Good, right? They very much deserve it. But look what happens. It's that classic idea that if you stare too long into the abyss, into the darkness, it gazes back at you. You know, you have to be a monster to fight the monsters. So I love that idea. And she's a very dark person. They use her for these just horrific jobs that no one else can do because they're so bad. And she says everything what is expected, but I love how there's a darkness to her character, and it really says a lot about it. And the character design also speaks on that. But anyways, let's break it down. If it's your first time, welcome. Make sure to sub if you want to see more. But one of our traditions is we like to pick our favorite shots. I'm going to tell you my favorite shot as we do some breakdowns here, and I want you to tell me mine and why. And it's a really fun exercise in art and kind of why we appreciate the media that we enjoy. So let's take a look at it. We broke down some of this. I really like this art style, but I want to get to the section where she breaks out and just starts going ballistic because my goodness. Right around here, I love that we enter into her perspective. It's a really, really cool shift. And I think what's really significant is she's essentially been acting this entire time as someone who is weak to kind of let these pigs lower their guard. Then
We'll see who she belongs.
she's able to identify the target
Your target is the one wearing the ram mask,
and get out.
the organizer of the...
But yeah, I love just the way they draw these people is just so kind of animalistic, and the use of the masks, of course, right? Of course, emboldens that, right? And there it is, the identification. But again, like they have animal masks in some cases, like the ears here, and this guy with the ram, because they're less than human. So really, really cool detail. And then look at this, the shot I wanted to see. We're still in hand animated here. Look at how the lighting just gets sucked out. And again, just like at that first shot, what do we get from this? That threatening nature from her, man. She's dangerous. And she's a very good actor to say, ah, and then just lock in and be absolutely dangerous. But yeah, just I guess it's on her heels. Oh, that's so cool. As a weapon, and then she's just gonna bust out. Cuts through the steel and just one-shots this guy. And I love that we do this and we get the reaction. So cool. And look at these people saying like, what's that? What's that? Really well animated. But I love this moment right here of just absolute fear. And it's like, yeah, you deserve this. But then I love that we pull out to the side here and we get the sense of scale. We were stuck in FPS, first person view from her perspective, and now we see the scale, like how far she shot, how impressive the shot is. So that's a great shot there. It's one of my favorites. Don't know if it's the favorite. Let's keep going. But yeah, just super well done. And a good use of perspective shift. And I love this way of introducing the character name. I thought that was really unique. And now we're into hand animated still. Really, really cool showcase of the speed. And we do this in a very manga way with, look at the use of the hatching for the sort of motion lines. Isn't that so cool? Like just kind of morphing. Look at her head is stretched as if it's literally like Play-Doh or something, stretching, gives that sense of momentum. And then this guy is still looking over there. It's a really cool technique, of course, used all the time in anime and manga. This guy is still looking over there. He thinks she's over there. That's how fast she moved past him, right? He didn't even register that she passed. And I love how she uses these weapons, and then look at how she takes this guy down. Amazing. And the fact that she's not using her hands, this I need a lore master to help me with. Is this something that she is kind of like restraining herself? It's reminding me of like Alucard, not from Castlevania, from Helsing. Is she like restraining herself or something, like, and only using her legs? Is she protecting her hands for some reason? Like Sanji or something, like from One Piece? But yeah, now, what an awesome transition this is. We're going to cross over into in-engine, in the game engine. But look at this. We're going to use the crest of her eye, the circular nature of her eyeball, and transition into this blade. Like, how cool is that? That's really, really smart transition. And then, yeah, these shots. What does it say there? Verdict. Oh, that's awesome. Like, you've been judged, and the answer is you're done. But look what's happening here. She kind of flies at them, and then I think uses her cloak as like a sort of distraction. How cool is that? Right? And again, I love that we use the color here in these close-ups to showcase the kind of coldness of her character. And if you notice, her expressions a lot of those times are just completely kind of dead, which is scary. This is the sort of person you need to carry out missions like this. Yeah, that's another shot right there. Oh, that's great. The coldness. She can shoot blades from the... Oh, yeah, she's got some really cool abilities. That's great as well, too. Oh, but see, this is what I'm talking about. So now her hands are out. And is she twirling the key in her finger, perhaps? So like she holds the key. And then the cloak seems to be like invisible. Oh, no, it's more blades. Yeah, that's really cool. There was one frame in here. Look at that. A couple frames. Isn't that so haunting? I love that. So cool. Yeah, again, we have the circular movement. We're using her momentum with each kick to motivate the camera in really, really cool ways. Which, as you know, if you watch my videos, is one of my favorite things in an action sequence or any sequence. Yeah, look how she's motivating it. And like, I love the expression here. It does a lot. Can we go back to this shot right here? Yeah, again, that kind of dead-eyed expression is so interesting for this type of scene. When she was acting before, kind of concerned and worried, I think it was all a facade to get the mission done. So it's really cool. But yeah, we talked about this for a moment. Look at this wide-angle lens. And you can tell because, of course, the limbs are being stretched in an extreme way. And this happens when you open up the lens to show more with the focal length. And, of course, you get that awesome stretch. And like I said, with motivating camera moves, this is going to voice momentum. This is going to voice movement in an extreme sense, you know, loading up that movement as we back up the camera. And she gets the epic walkaway. But now, of course, we go to the portrait lens. Boom. This might be my favorite shot. Really, really good stuff. I love how when we start to fade the light out, her eye still gives this terrifying glow. Almost like, yeah, you tried to cage the monster. Like, you really chose the wrong person. That was just like, yeah, now you're all deleted and very much deserved, right? So I thought that was really cool. And then she walks out casually, right? For a moment, it's almost like, how's she going to stage an escape? There's a room full of people. Yeah, she just took them all out and then walked out like she owns the place. Yeah, that's cool. We like that. That's really cool. So anyway, I think that is my favorite shot. I want to hear yours as well because there's a lot of good picks in here. Even in the intro, like I said, we had this beautiful stuff with the kind of the eye reveal and all these cool images. So yeah, let me know what your favorite was. But for me, it's going to be that last one. Yeah, it's just like it kind of finalizes what they've been hinting at with the character in a really cool way. And I love just that. Yeah, that cool, tiny moment. It's like less than a second as it fades out. Her eye still glowing. Very, very good stuff. But anyways, that's mine. Make sure to sub if you want to do more of these. I have covered many games, including this and Genshin, Wuthering Waves, a lot of stuff like that. We've done a lot of character trailers. So if you enjoy this sort of thing, check those out. We've also covered recently Star Fox and a lot of Nintendo games, also Final Fantasy. We're going to be doing a lot of Final Fantasy soon with those games coming. So Stay tuned. You guys are the best, and I'll see you around town.